Hey guys, it's Core Ross and we're with 6 News. Today we've got the designer notes for Year 6 Season 1, that is Crimson Heist. So this is not the full patch notes, but this is going over all the major balancing changes to operators. It's also unusual because we don't usually get balancing graphs for the start of a season. That's usually always in the mid-season. So you can see overall it's pretty similar to the last time we've seen it, with Ash here up top, but Zofia continuing to catch her. We've got Ace doing pretty well. Blackbeard winning too much. You're going to see a nerf in here. You've got Nokk down here. She's going to get a buff in this. So let's go through all of this. Now we've got defenders. Again, pretty similar. See Jaeger flying high. Melissa doing well as well. Of course, she's getting a massive nerf at some point in the future. We don't know when, but she is getting one. Then we've got our ban rate. So we've got, Blackbeard again. So we've got Thatcher, Blackbeard, Jackal. Down here we've got Mira, Melusi, Valkyrie. So let's bring this down to the actual changes. We've got Callie. So they're tweaking the changes they did last time. So they changed her gun to a normal weapon last time around and made the damage 122. They're now making it 127. So one body shot insta kills a 3-speed, down but not out a 2-speed, down but not out a 1-speed, and then if you're wearing Rook armor, it's all down but not outs. So it's better. I'm definitely going to say that right now. That I think that's a better way of doing it. But they did say the last time that the frustration was the down but not out mechanic. And it doesn't look like they're moving away from that. So they've changed this to a normal gun, but pretty much all the time except for one occasion are they going to be insta-dead. But that is if we're just looking at the base damage numbers here. So if any of these operators are wounded, so any operator here that's wounded and doesn't have Rook armor, then they are going to instantly die. So she is going to be more lethal, I would think, with this change, with the little damage increase. So we'll see how that plays out. And of course, with Rook armor on, you will always go into a down but not out state, even if you have super low health. And then because, of course, they got a lot of criticism over this change in the last time we seen it, and it wasn't on the test server for very long, so they couldn't really change stuff. They have given a very long description of what they're doing, what they're trying to do. They're still, potentially not there with the changes to her yet. But we'll see how this all plays out. And of course, if you want to read this, there'll be a link to the source in the description below. And then Blackbeard here. So of course, this is Nerf Beard again. He's actually getting a reduction in damage for his shield. So his shield is now going to have 20 health instead of 50. Oh boy, that is a big hit for Blackbeard. And they're also making his MK17 do less damage as well. So yeah, that's quite a hit to Nerf Beard, that really is. And you can see here that their reasoning is that he is getting like too high KD, he is winning too much, so that is kind of why they're coming in here. And yeah, it's going to nerf the shield and the MK17, so let me know what you think about that for Blackbeard. Now this is something I reported on the 6 News channel, which is that the Gun 6, so I've got a video on that if you want to actually go and check it out on the Core Rush channel, which goes over the ins and the outs of the new explosive pistol. But I mentioned that Dokkaebi is losing her frags, and she's also losing the C75 auto as an option and getting the little explosive thing as another option. So she's losing quite a lot because she's getting the stuns instead of frags, and she's losing the C75 as an option entirely, which is a real pay. And they mentioned down here how Dokkaebi has had quite a few different changes to her loadout in the last year. Like, it's basically been, one season that she had frag grenades. So yeah, it's it's a real pay. And this is one thing here I don't like. I would prefer they just, have 3 options. So give her the usual SMG she's got, give her the C75, and give her the gun as options. Like, it doesn't sound like it would be a problem having all of them as options. So, I don't know. It's a real pay. But I definitely do understand taking away the frags, because this Gun 6 can be taken with the frags, and that's a lot of destruction. So yeah, I understand that, and that's exactly what they've done with Finka as well. So she's losing the GSH 18 pistol, which I'm not too fussed about because 2 pistol options are quite similar. So I'm not too fussed about losing that, but it's still not the best. And she's losing frag grenades as well. Again, for the same reason, she's getting new destruction with this in the secondary weapon slot, which meant if she still had them, she could have taken these in the secondary gadget slot. So instead, she's getting stuns. And we also know that Finka is going to have a rework this year of some sort. We don't know yet what that's going to be. And then they've made this change to Muzzy, which is a HUD change. This is simply when you drive around as a drone, it'll give you a little warning as a muzzy pest nearby, and it blinks faster the closer you are. So it doesn't really change gameplay. It just is more of a UI interaction type thing, and it's not really. This isn't a balance and change, I would say. It's more just it lets you know in a different way that the muzzy's pest is close. But that's me saying that from my 2 days with the new season, so it is quite possible that this might change how you play against a muzzy pest. We'll basically just find out. Now this one's the big one. This one's huge because none of us knew this was coming. So Nokk is getting improved, and you'll notice here this is a test server only change. Test server only. So they're going to be trying it out. Maybe it'll come next season. Maybe it'll even be 2 seasons away. But they are testing it out. Or of course, it might never happen. So while her gadget is active, what's going to happen here is that Nokk won't activate proximity-based gadgets. So that's Ella's Mines, Melusi's Banshees, Capcan's Entry Device, Proximity Alarm, and Metal Detectors. That is pretty damn awesome. Hopefully, when they test it, they don't go, oh, this is too OP and get rid of it. Hopefully it actually works out pretty good and it's not too powerful. But you'll see that when Nokk's gadget glitches, and I think that's from any damage. I also think you glitch when you run as well, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I played Nokk. So I think if you take any like damage from like a bandit battery or something like that, or if you're running, the glitch sounds like it will mess up this. So you've got to move probably slowly for this to work. And they're changing the color of her device on the hand to let you know how things are going. That's good. I like that. So I'll let you know if you're okay to pass through proximity-based stuff, if it's, whatever color it's going to be, which I presume will be like green for good or something. So yeah, they say down here, we will turn it off before releasing the new season to continue working on her. Cool, that is awesome, and we'll see if that sticks. Twitch is getting some smoke grenades, removing the stuns. And I don't think we have to spend too much time on that. Basically, Twitch is doing pretty good, and this is just a relatively small nerf or a relatively good little buff, depending on how you will play Twitch, because you might want to bring smokes, or you might want to bring stuns. And yeah, that'll change her balance in tiny amount. We'll see if anything happens for that. Then we've got weapon balancing. So G36 is getting improved recoil. So this, of course, should be making it better as a weapon. And yeah, we'll see, I guess. It's been a while since they touched Ash's weapons like that. Then we've got other changes. Disabled status for electronic gadgets. So they're going to be adding because Mute is going to be able to jam more stuff than usual, but also, of course, the usual stuff too. So attacker drones, when they're jammed, they'll actually kind of, it's almost an electrical effect that blinks, kind of just frizzles off of it. That's going to also happen for breaching charges, Hibana, Fuse, Thermite, Zero's cameras, Claymores, and Nomad's air jabs. The last two are really important because that means that Mute can potentially put down a jammer at, say, a window and actually jam a claymore on the other side and then jump out safely to kill someone. That is going to be scary, and it's a whole different way to play Mute. So we'll see how that one plays out as well in the future. But that's it, guys. That is our little kind of peek. We'll be getting our full patch notes for this a little bit later, but that is Year 6 Season 1 pre-season designer notes. Let me know what you think in the comments below.